It's the 3rd of June today, 2016, and I have been painting for 2 days now, and painting is very slow. You can see the overhead here. I painted this much today here. You can see what I've got left to do over there. Painting takes a long time, but it's worthwhile. It's got to be done. That'll make the wood last a long time. So anyway, well, it is June the 5th, 2016 today. And we have been painting. I've had my grandson over here helping me. He's done quite a bit. As you can see, we've got it all painted, except for this section over here. And that shouldn't take too much longer. We'll get it done. An interesting thing here that I found, that some of the old perennials that I had in this old greenhouse have come up. And I'm going to try to preserve them and let them grow in the new greenhouse because it's just a good idea. Let me show you here. Okay, first of all, along this line, I had a row of grapes that actually the last season I cut them back. But as you can see, there's one that's coming back. You can see the green foliage there. And if you go over here, this is a grapevine here, and there was some green foliage on this. And yeah, there is a little bit right under there. But so that one's coming back to life, and I'm going to use those and let them grow into the vines that they're supposed to be. But anyway, the biggest, here's another stump right here you can see, but I don't see much life there, but maybe when we water it, it'll come back. But the biggest surprise that I got was over here. These are asparagus. And 2 days ago, I swear there was nothing here. And I put this little box around them to protect them so he wouldn't step on them. But look at that. These asparagus plants are really taking off. And I'm going to try to preserve those and have a little asparagus patch over here. But this is great. So anyway, it's coming along, and it won't be long before we'll start putting the polycarbonate on. You can see right here, you can see how much further we've got to go. Well, it's the 8th of June today, 2016, and I've got to get this greenhouse finished. Because look at my asparagus. That stuff is really taking off. I've got a pretty good crop. It was just one crown that I planted, but it's starting to really come up. And so I've got to get this thing done. And I've already got it all painted now. It's all painted, ready to go, and now I've got to start putting the roofing on. So it's coming right along. Well, it's the 11th of June today, 2016, and it's time to start putting the polycarbonate roofing on. Now, it's not the best of days to do this. It's raining right now, as you can probably hear with the raindrops falling on things. But it's not windy, so this is a good day. If you don't mind getting a little wet, start putting up the polycarbonate. Now, let me show you some of the things I'm using here. Well, let me go up here and show you our preparations. Now, as you can see, there's one sitting there. Yeah, as you can see, these little pieces of wood that I had to put on here on each one, the little buffers, they're up there all across, and they're painted on all sides. And everything here is painted now. So what we're going to start doing is putting the polycarbonate on. These are the 8-foot sections right here. Goes up on this side, and there's just enough here so that down here on this end, you see what we've got to do is make sure we overlap the polycarbonate a little bit so that there's a drip edge that doesn't drip on the wood. And that'll still give us enough room up here to securely nail to that fasten down to that 2x4 up there. So this should all work. So off I go, and the first thing we're going to do is get this side right here all done, and then we'll move down the line one at a time as we go. So here we go. Now we're going to be using these special screws that are made for this stuff, and you can buy it. I bought these at Home Depot in the same area where you buy the polycarbonate. Now these things I think are good to go through either the metal or this stuff here. And as you can see, there's a nice little washer here And then there's an edge here that's kind of like it's got kind of a groove there to dig things out. It kind of drills its way through as it goes. So we're going to use those. Okay, so I've got my trusty drill and I've got a little nut driver on there. And up we go. Okay, there's the first one. Now let's get the second one.